Hello and welcome to Music Quest, a video series where I will be pretending to play an augmented reality video game, which is a beta version where you control a character which is a bard and undertake missions and quests and things like that, trying to advance the bard's career up to ultimate bardship. It's augmented reality because everything that you do in the game also transfers over into your real life. In fact, you can't complete a mission as a bard without completing it in real life, and thus why Music Quest is meant to be so effective. If it is effective or not remains to be seen, but that's what this video series will be about. Can a pretend augmented reality video game actually get me to do the things I'm meant to be doing as an artist? Anyway, away with the bard. And some great news, I managed to get quite a few jobs done and I leveled up to a level 2 bard, so hooray for me. It hasn't really seemed to give me very much other than a few cards, so I'll quickly show you the cards and then I'll show you what I've managed to get done this week. I'll also be telling you about some of the more negative stuff, some of the things I've struggled with, a lot to do with like how much time I actually have versus how much I want to get done versus all the other kind of stuff, and this just seems to be like something that's going to be hurdles in doing the tasks of Music Quest, and I just want to share some of those struggles with you, and also tell you about a new screen that I found on Music Quest that is called the Negaphone, which appears to be one of the first enemies that Music Quest is throwing at me, but we'll get onto that soon. First, let me just take you over to the card screen. You can see here that I've got myself 2 new cards. Well, I'll be taking them down first and zooming in on first the 3-minute rule, and this one you get just for getting tasks done that only really take 3 minutes, but you've been putting off for absolutely ages, and every time you do one of these tasks you'll level up on the 3-minute rule card, and eventually you'll get some kind of big prize. So it's not, the card in itself is not really one of the big trading cards, but it's one that you can build up slowly by ticking off these small jobs. So that's pretty cool, and we get the usual quote. In this case it's "Nothing will work unless you do." Maya Angelou. Pretty sure that's true for most of us except for capitalists who have really big businesses and get everybody else to do their work for them. Anyway, I shouldn't be going into that. And then the other card that I got is the Make Ripples card. So let's just zoom in on that. Every act causes a ripple with no logical end. That's a quote by somebody called Scott Adams. I don't know who that is. And you get the Make Ripples card if you just put some work out there. Doesn't matter what it is. If you put some work out there, you get a Make Ripples card and it builds up. I got that for releasing one of my songs that week, this week. So that's pretty nice. So let's pop up the cards up there. And now I'm just going to go over to the quest screen. Nope, that's the main screen, to the quest screen. There we go. I also found out you can do the swipe function, but you never really know what page you're going to... I don't want to be there. You don't know which page you're going to end up on by just swiping, so it's best really just to say quests and you go to the quest screen. Anyhow, it's, enough silliness. Let me just talk to you about actually what I got done this week. So, I mean, I found generally that time, there isn't as much of it as I would like, and often, so I'm often doing my creative work in the evenings, often my kid's in bed about 8ish, maybe later some nights, so we're talking like 8, half 8 till whenever I'm tired, and then what I'm trying to do is stop myself flopping in front of the TV screen. That can be hard. I'm just trying to get a bit done. The main thing I worked on was the antenna, which is my newsletter, and I think I've archived it, or no, here we go, this right, the first draft for the antenna, and I just really didn't anticipate how much time this would really take. It took so much time, and I know that it took a lot of time because if we come over here to the quest screen, I've got my Pomodoro timer, and I've been tracking how much time I've been using on each of the tasks, and my music questing has been taking up big chunks. The rest is like study time. I don't always remember to use it, but yeah, I can say that I've got a lot of time going into the newsletter, but that's been nice. It's been nice to practice the writing, and it's been nice to like try and put some thoughts down on paper about the creative process and stuff. It's also what I'm trying to do here, really, is just like talk about the creative process a little bit. So yeah, that took bucket loads of time. But yeah, finally got it done and sent off, and I was really proud of it, and I was really glad that I used so much time on it. Then yeah, I got this Add My Dark Marks to Bandcamp. That's like a little not a mini album, like a collection of some songs that I just wanted to put in its own collection and get up there on Bandcamp. So I got 50 XP for that, and 50 XP for finishing the antenna. It says right first draft there. It's because I didn't update it. And when they're done, I'm just putting them down at the bottom, and I'm going to kind of bank them up like that, so I can get a, like some kind of like positive feedback that I've got those ones done. Look here, these some of the side quests, and these are some of the small things that I got done, like upload one of the songs that I already had finished up to YouTube, prepare two new songs for rehearsal, confirm Sunday band practice, ask about if the band want to do gigs. They haven't replied me yet, but they probably will. And then this is speak to somebody about if they want to play a recorder at our concert at the weekend. Got concert at the weekend, whoop. So they're all done, and that's how I've managed to build up my XP. I also have this one here, other small jobs. It's just practical stuff I'm putting off. What do I have on here? Yeah, okay, that's a double up. I uploaded a Bear song, and the other one was right back to Booker, send some press kits and some riders, and I have had that on my to-do list for months. And this is like a problem that I have repeatedly, is just like I've just got jobs that really need doing, but they're not getting sent out. This one's a sticky one that I really need to look at, record and write. I haven't been... I'm playing like casually, but I'm not sitting down and writing. I did yesterday actually, so I'm really hoping to get a song written, recorded for February. And it's on its way, that one, so I'm feeling quite good about it. But definitely feeling there's a few balls up in the air, and trying to find out how to manage it. And then I've already got on here, write the first draft for the next antenna. I'd like to get that out of the way soonish. But yeah, and I introduced you last week to the mighty goals, which is the reason why I will do a lot of these smaller goals, get music heard, and so on. Anyways, so I just want to jump into now some of the troubles I had this week. Let's just go back to the main screen a second. And so while I've been working and playing Music Quest, I noticed that there started coming some like nasty sound effects and stuff like that out of the monitors while I was playing, and I found that a little bit uncomfortable. I then discovered that was a feature in the game that I hadn't known. I looked in the instructions and I found that. And yeah, it's basically saying stuff like, why are you doing this? It doesn't matter. Nobody's going to listen to it. You're too old to make art. Other people do it much better than you. This is a stupid idea. Why aren't you taking your art seriously? Why are you putting out half-baked products? Like all kinds of horrible stuff. If you were going to make it, you would have made it by now. You don't even know what making it means. You don't practice enough. All kinds of stuff. Mean stuff coming out of the Music Quest speakers. And I found out you can actually go to the screen where the enemy's lying. It's the Negaphone here. And if you go on the Negaphone, apparently you can defeat it, but I just don't know how to do it yet. But yeah, some of the things it says make you feel like stopping your mission, make you feel like stopping trying to get your quests done. A few times I shut it down, a few times I stopped the tasks. So yeah, I'm going to have to figure out how to beat this particular part of the game. Not very nice. And if we stop being silly for a second and actually talk about it, it does, I guess the Negaphone is just kind of linked up to some of the horrible things you have in your mind in general as you're trying to release creative stuff. And here on the screen, it's just pump them out at you. If you stay on the screen, it will just like throw really not nice statements at you, and it makes me really want to leave it and not make my art. So yeah, I mean, if you've got any tips and suggestions how to beat that one, let me know, but I'm not too sure. Apart from something I did stumble upon this week, and I'll just mention this before I end this episode of Music Quest. Swipe. That was lucky. Got back to the main screen. So yeah, one thing that might be familiar for many people who like release and create stuff, and if you're not like particularly established or you only have like a local following or whatever, especially if you release stuff online, I find it's predominantly online this happens. But when you put your work out there, you're obviously, it's nice to get some confirmation, and generally I get a little bit here and there, but often when I send my work out, I feel afterwards I feel deflated, because you'd like to get a bit more feedback, you'd like to get a little bit more kind of I don't know. It's one of those things. It's annoying, but it's there anyway. And you look at how many people listened, how many people viewed a thing or whatnot. And I've learnt to kind of like just keep on producing and keep on creating, even though that's there. But that kind of thing can then feed this evil Negaphone in the head and make you kind of lose confidence if you let it. But one thing I thought about while I was working the other week. So if we just head over to the board where I've got my quests, and then I made a little subsection. So after I'd finished my video, I thought, do you know what, whether people see this first silly idea or not is irregardless, is not super important. The important thing is, did I enjoy it, which I did, and did I actually learn anything from it? Because all the things that I learned I could use going forward, and I can see, so I made a list of all the things I learned to remind myself that, okay, it was worth doing anyway. So I learned how to use OBS, the program I record on. I learned how to have multiple cameras on OBS, and so on and so forth, like different things that I didn't know how to do before, and now I can use. In fact, I'm using it right now to be able to record this video a lot more quickly and effectively than I did, and I think I'm just going to try to do this for all of my projects when I have the time. So yeah, that's a brief update from this week's music quest. They're not going to come every week, but they're going to come as often as I can and as they release new features into the game. And yeah, that's just about it, really. What else can I say? Yeah, I'm hoping that in future episodes I'm going to focus on specific projects. For example, the one here where I want to play a concert in a cinema, or I got a silly one the other day, enter a song into music composition, see what happens, like, you know, little stuff, that these like mini projects that you could do that are going to be beneficial to achieving the goal of becoming a very badified bard that is doing really well in its bard career, and therefore the my own musician's career. Anyway, that's enough silliness for today. Hoping you're all good out there. Ciao skis.